Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now in this video, we will be reviewing The Ghoul from the Fallout TV series, which is part of McFarlane's first wave of, I'm assuming that this is the first wave of their Fallout TV series action figures. So let us start with the packaging. Now, surprisingly, this is a regular release, which again makes me ask why they released Lucy as an Elite Edition. And if we're talking about characters' popularity, I kinda wish that they actually made the Ghoul also an Elite Edition. I kinda hope that they actually completely made a new mold for this one. And considering that the front of the package, there's this clear window where you can see the action figure, I'm starting to see some reuse on this action figure, which may or may not turn some collectors off. Because I believe that if there's a character in the Fallout TV series that deserves another, aside from Lucy, another Elite Edition treatment, I kinda wish that they did it to the Ghoul. Anyway, the front says Fallout, the Ghoul, and then the number 33. This side is a poster of the Fallout TV series, which I kinda hope that they use a different one because this one... Oh, sorry. I thought that the Ghoul is not in this picture, and then I realized it's actually there. Man, old eyes, I guess. And at the back, it's the photo of the Ghoul from posed the same way as the picture on the side of the fox. The other side is just a continuation of the clear window and the title Fallout. The top, another continuation of the clear window, then the Ghoul and Fallout. The bottom, some legalese, and here's the code of the action figure. Anyway, guys, let us unbox this and see if McFarlane did justice to this character in action figure form. These are everything out of the box. Standard McFarlane base with the Fallout logo. Standard character art card with the short biography at the back. A shotgun, a pistol, and a hat. And that was all the accessories. It doesn't even come with any alternate hands. Anyway, guys, here's a complete 360-degree look of the figure. Now, having a closer look at the figure, here is what I think what most people will not like. They actually reuse the Joker legs. And I am familiar with the Joker legs because of those stripe design, that molded stripe design, which I don't think is applicable to the full look of the character. I think they have other legs that they could have reused, but the Joker leg, specifically when I'm talking about the Heath Ledger Joker leg, which I think they also reused this on the was that Batman's butler, Alfred Pennyworth of the BBS movie. They did try a little effort and added that design, but I have no idea what is that, because looking at the movie, that should be another that should be something wherein I forgot what it's called. Something where you can also attach your gun, some kind of casing for the gun, which is included in which is attached to the leg. But what is this? He just decided to tie some kind of rope on his leg. Now, this is the worst. For me, this is the worst part of the figure. But if I'm not mistaken, the other part, these are all new mold. Now, correct me if I'm wrong on that part, because I can't think of anything specific character wherein they reuse this. Plus, the trench coat and the cloth underneath is just one piece. It's one piece. So I'm thinking that this is 100% new mold. It is just a one piece and just creates this illusion that it is a two-piece trench coat. So I'm thinking that, yeah, maybe this part, it is a new mold. The hand, probably a reuse. Now let us have a look at the head sculpt. Now when it comes to the head sculpt, let's face it, these are the kind of characters wherein McFarlane are really good in recreating, so I do think that they knock it off the park when it comes to the head sculpt. I just kind of wish that they at least given us an alternate expression for the ghoul, but considering that this is a regular release, maybe giving it an alternate facial expression might make it suddenly an elite edition or a collector's edition. But when it comes to the head sculpt, yeah, I do think that they nailed it. Look at the eyes. Okay, I just want to show a close-up of the sculpted detail of the front of the figure. Now the belt is actually a good touch. And then the way they sculpted the trench coat, I think they did a pretty good job on it. Now here is the side of the figure. I do like the weathering and the matte finish that they've given the figure. I'm not sure if the shoes are a reuse, but considering that they have this metal knuckles at the back, I'm thinking that these are also a new mold, because this two design at the back of the shoes, these knuckles, I forgot what they are called, is accurate to the character. So far, the only reuse that I see, again, is the legs. Now let us have a closer look at the other side. And now let us have a closer look at the back of the figure. I believe that the shotgun fits here. Yep. Now let us see the head sculpt with the hat on, and surprisingly the hat actually fits perfectly. And it actually stays on. It doesn't fall off. So yeah, the hat is actually a perfect fit on the head of the figure. Now I almost missed this. I was actually about to say that there's no storage for the small gun, but after lifting this, there's actually storage for the small gun here. So let us put the small gun there. Okay, this is not supposed to be that hard. Okay. Okay, so there's the gun fully stored there. I decided to store the small gun because this other hand, this is not a trigger hand. Is it? Oh, it is, sorry. Actually, correction. He only has trigger hand, so this is for the small pistol, and I'm thinking that this is for the shotgun. Let us try if he can actually hold both these weapons very well. Now for the shotgun, I think the shotgun holding hand is too wide, because unless if what I did is I just force it on the fingers like that, that's actually what's holding it. But if you will look at here, the thumb is not holding the gun. That is actually why I have him holding the shotgun in a weird way, because the thumb is not. I think the thumb is posed too wide in order for the shotgun to be held. And yeah, the way he holds the shotgun is not that stable. It's not that fixed. It keeps falling down actually when I was trying to put the other gun, which is this pistol. The pistol, I think he holds pretty well, but is it just me, guys, or don't the weapon looks a little too small for him, especially the shotgun? Here is another look of how he holds the shotgun. And as you can see, guys, it is not a very stable connection. And yeah, it does keep falling off. And I guess it is just me. But I do have this impression that this gun is too small. And I think even the rifle, to be honest, guys. Okay, maybe the rifle is okay when I'm looking at it in this angle, but while I was putting them, I was under the impression that the weapons are a little too small, especially this one. McFarlane seems like they did not even mold an accurate hand in order for it to hold the guns properly, especially the shotgun. So the hands are definitely reused. Now let us go to the articulation. For the head, can do that, can do that. It can look down pretty well. Although a gap will show. And okay, surprisingly, it can actually look up pretty well too. Then side to side. Yep. For the head, articulation is actually pretty good. For the hand and shoulder, you can do the T-pose. Bicep cut, double jointed elbow. Then rotation here and like that. Can also do that. So it can do that. This portion, I think it is, if you've been collecting McFarlane, especially DC Multiverse, whose design is like this, I can already feel that it is hollow on this part. I think I can only feel the joint there. So yeah. Jenny. Now the trench coat is just way too tight, so I'm not even gonna try any bicep articulation there. There is articulation because there is a connection here. If you've been collecting DC Multiverse, you'll know what I mean, especially on that Hush figure. So it is hollow here, but the trench coat itself doesn't allow articulation. He does has waist rotation, and then the leg can kick forward that far. Man, that mold. It looks like corduroy. Doesn't look like he's wearing leather. Then double jointed knee. The way that this is molded, it kind of also limits the articulation of this part. And it does have toe articulation, and it does have ankle rocker, but this mold limits it. And you can do the bend down as far as the trench coat would allow. So that is it for the articulation. Now the Ghoul stands at 7 inches, and here is for some size comparison with the other Fallout character, Lucy MacLean and Maximus. Maximus actually stands at around 8 inches. The Ghoul stands at 7 inches, and Lucy is just like a quarter of an inch shorter than the Ghoul. Now, from the comment that I read, I think from my video review of Lucy, I read that there's someone there that commented that these are not 7-inch figure, but more like 6-inch figures. That is not correct. These are still 1/10 scale or 7-inch figure, because the Ghoul is 7-inch. Maximus, which is supposed to be a little taller, is around 8-inch, and Lucy is like 6 3/4 inches. So this is still in the McFarlane scale. I mean, come on guys, this is McFarlane. McFarlane rarely creates 6-inch figures. It's either 7-inch or 5-inch. 6-inch is very rare for McFarlane. And that is my review of the Ghoul, which is part of the McFarlane Fallout TV series action figures. Overall, ignoring the fact that they reuse a wrong leg, I mean the Joker, Heath Ledger leg, which have that lined stripe design, which is really very visible. They could have used other legs for this figure, but I don't know why they did that. But aside from that, if you ignore that, I do think that the trench coat and the other stuff, the other molded details is pretty good on this figure. He does look like the Ghoul. And yeah, I think if you are a fan of the TV series, definitely worth the buy. Anyway guys, if you reached this part of my video, thanks a lot. If you like my videos, please don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe, and see you on the next video.